fear. It's one of those things we all feel, right? It's baked into our DNA, and it's supposed to keep us safe, mobilize us when there's danger. But what happens when that powerful tool is turned against us, especially in a place where we're at our most vulnerable, like the doctor's office? Today, we're going to unpack how fear is shaping modern healthcare, how an ancient idea called Dharma might just be the compass we need, and how a little bit of tech could be the key to getting back in the driver's seat of our own health. Let's get into it. This quote from Dr. Katyali Srivatsa, a physician who's been in the trenches for over 30 years, wow, it really cuts straight to the point. He's making the argument that fear isn't just some feeling we have inside. Nope, it's a mechanism, a tool of control that big institutions, we're talking everything from religion to Wall Street, and yes, even healthcare, can use to shape our choices. And that's the crucial question, isn't it? I mean, think about it. When you're sick, when you're scared, when you have no idea what's going on, you put an incredible amount of trust and power into someone else's hands. But is that system always looking out for your best interests? Let's dig into how this whole dynamic actually works. Okay, so the modern healthcare system, it works miracles, for sure. But at the same time, it's kind of evolved into a machine that can sometimes systematically create and even profit from our fear. It's this hidden crisis of control, and it's built on a few really key problems. First up is this fancy term, information asymmetry. It sounds complicated, but it's super simple. It just means they know stuff you don't. Doctors, hospitals, they hold all the cards, all the knowledge. They understand the lab results, the medical jargon, the treatment options. And that immediately creates this power imbalance where we stop being active players in our own health and become, well, dependent subjects. And next, well, you gotta follow the money. When healthcare stops being just about healing and becomes a massive business, financial incentives can start to call the shots. As Dr. Srivatsa points out, a system that's chasing profits might be encouraged to do more tests, recommend more procedures, or prescribe more drugs, creating a cycle of dependency on expensive treatments. You put all that together, and what do you get? You get what you could call a manufactured dependency. The whole system can feel intentionally overwhelming, right? The complexity, the strange language, the mountains of paperwork, it can make you feel powerless, like you're not smart enough to make your own health decisions. We end up just passively receiving care instead of actively taking care of ourselves. And this isn't just theory. For Dr. Srivatsa, this became devastatingly real. He tells this absolutely harrowing story from 1989 about seeing the very first case of MRSA, that new superbug. A 14-year-old boy died right in front of him because nobody, not him, not his colleagues, knew what they were dealing with. The system, the knowledge, it all failed. That traumatic moment showed him just how broken things could be and put him on a lifelong mission to find a better way. So you end up with this massive disconnect, a fundamental conflict right at the heart of healthcare. What do we need as patients? It's simple: clarity, compassion, and the power to make our own choices. Agency. But what does the system often reward? Profit, more tests, and keeping us reliant on it. They're totally at odds. So if the modern system is flawed, where do we look for answers? Well, Dr. Srivatsa suggests we look back, way, way back, to an ancient Indian philosophy that offers a kind of timeless moral code, Dharma. Now, Dharma isn't really about religion in the way we usually think about it. The word itself comes from a root that means to hold or to support. So think of it like the ethical gravity that holds the universe in balance. It's this simple but really profound idea that every person and everything has a right way to act, a moral duty to fulfill. And it's not just some big, floaty concept. It breaks down into really practical ideas. You have Raj Dharma. That's the duty of people in power, like institutions, to protect and be just. Then there's Swadharma, which is your personal duty to do the right thing in your own life. And Adharma? Well, that's just the opposite. Any action that goes against that natural order and ends up causing harm. And you can see how central this idea is in Indian culture. The great epic stories, like the Mahabharata and the Ramayana, are basically gigantic explorations of Dharma. They're all about characters facing incredibly complex moral choices to teach us about what it means to live a good, righteous life. It's this deep cultural well of wisdom. Okay, so ancient wisdom is great, but how does it help us with a medical bill or a confusing diagnosis today? This is where Dr. Srivatsa's work gets so cool. He's built a bridge, connecting these ancient principles to a modern technological tool, one that's designed to be a shield for you, the patient. So this is Dr. Maya. It's a super smart AI tool, but its real genius is in its simplicity. You just type in how you're feeling, and boom, it gives you a simple color code. Red means go to the ER now. Yellow means see a doctor soon. Green means you can probably handle this at home. See what it does? It cuts right through that information asymmetry we talked about. It puts knowledge and therefore power back in your hands so you can make a calm, informed decision. I just love this quote. It perfectly captures the whole idea. It's this beautiful thread connecting an ancient healer working with scrolls and herbs to a modern doctor working with data and code. It's a powerful reminder that the mission to heal people has always been the same. It's just the tools that have changed. The underlying principle, the Dharma of it all, is to protect and to serve. So let's pull these two incredible ideas together. You've got the ethical compass of ancient Dharma on one hand, and the empowering clarity of modern technology on the other. And together, well, together they give us a whole new way forward in healthcare, a path where we get to choose wisdom over fear. Because what we're really talking about here goes so much deeper than just pills and procedures. This is about fundamentally changing our relationship with the healthcare system, and maybe even with our own bodies. That's what's really at stake. This is a fight to get back our right to understand what's happening to us, our power to make our own choices, and our freedom from a system that can sometimes benefit from our fear. It's a battle for our own free will. And this is the call to action. It's about building a future where healthcare empowers us instead of intimidating us. A future where our own wisdom is our first defense, where compassion is the driving force, and where technology actually serves us, the patients. So, we'll end by turning the question back to you. In a system where your fear can literally be someone else's profit, what is your duty? What's your Dharma? Is it to get more informed, to ask tougher questions, to take back control? Now, that is something to think about.